Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
Okay, what do I know about Sikhism? I'd say you're derived from India or in India.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, good. We're sort of North India, yeah.
Yeah, it's a sort of a, I suppose it's a religious class, I'm guessing, or a religious subset of the Indian population.
Okay. And do you know anything about what we believe in or like what we follow?
No, I know that your practices are you don't cut your hair.
Yep, that's good. That's the outside. Yeah, cool.
But otherwise, no, I don't.
If you've got a minute, we've got this leaflet which is just like 3 things. One is a message. One is what the gurus did. And then the last thing is just some interesting facts. I'll just talk you through it if that's all right.
Okay, that's fine.
So the main message of the spiritual message is there's one creator and it's all around us. It's not separate from the world. It's right here.
Yep.
And that this one creator made all of us. All different colors, all different races, all nationalities. And to the creator, it's the same. Every single person, the same light inside them. Whether you're gay, straight, whether you're black, white, you're Christian or you're Muslim.
Everyone.
It makes no difference, yeah?
Okay.
So the one is only cares about this one thing. Can we connect to the one or not? And we believe that at the top of our head here, there's a center, a spiritual center where we can actually meditate and we can open that up and we can connect to that one's light, which actually is inside us anyway. Right? So you're basically connecting to yourself. And the way we do that is through singing praises of God, meditation, honest living and serving humanity.
Okay.
Right? Without trying to see the labels.
So there's no connection to like Hinduism or Buddhism?
Well, the message is similar. I'm not saying that it's totally unique. It's a unique message in the way it's compiled, but there are elements of that you can see that reflect in, say, Buddhism or Islam or or Hinduism, or even Christianity. You know, there's many things that are similar. We think that the truth is just the one, but there's elements of it in different places.
Yeah.
Now, how the gurus, it's very young, like 1469 was when the first guru came on the earth. So it's like younger than America.
Yeah.
And the message they try to spread is this one message of the oneness of God and that everybody should have equality and freedom. The guru traveled like to many places like Rome, Tibet, Mecca, Sri Lanka, preaching that message. But in the end, he realized that no one's really following it. So he set up his own community back in India, like an old city he built himself, and people started following this message. The 5th guru made this iconic place you might have heard about, the Golden Temple.
Yeah, I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah,
oh wow,
that's
cool.
Yeah, I went to spend 5 weeks in India. It was great.
What did you think of it?
It was spectacular. It's one of the most amazing things I've seen.
I lived there for a couple of months myself. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. When I was learning about Punjab, the scripture, I stayed there.
Clearly, I didn't learn as much as I should have.
No, it's all right. I mean, the thing is, the Sikhs don't preach, but they also don't teach. That's one of the problems. So they should teach, not preach, right?
Yeah.
So what you might have seen when you were there, right, is that there's 4 entrances. And then the idea of that is that it's open to everybody of all nations, all religions, all cultures. Now, let's say, for example, you were not Muslim. You couldn't go to Mecca. You see?
Yeah.
But we are open to everybody, yeah? And also, the 5th guru, he made that place, but he was persecuted by the Mughals, who were Islamic, and they actually killed him. But he didn't bear, his son, who was the 6th guru, didn't bear a grudge. His son actually was in a town called Sri Hargobindpur. They didn't have a mosque, the Muslims. And they asked him, look, can you help us read a mosque? And he was like, sure. Because freedom of practicing your faith isn't just freedom, it's like the state has to help you, right?
Yeah.
So he helped them make a mosque, which is quite unique. Like there's no other prophet of a religion that's made a temple for another faith.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly. It's like oneness, oneness of God.
I've never heard of that.
But the 9th guru, who was his son actually, he actually ended up giving his life to save the whole of Hinduism. So the Hindus were being persecuted by the Mughals to convert, and they said, look, can you help us? We heard that you guys are warriors, you defend the poor, all that kind of stuff. And so they came to him for help, and he said, okay, and he actually was beheaded as a challenge to the Mughals, saying, look, you can't convert me, you can't convert them. And they beheaded him in Delhi. Okay. So the head of the prophet of a faith gives his life to save another faith. There's freedom of religion, right? Is what we stood for.
So there are 10 gurus.
There was 10 gurus, right, exactly, from 1469 through to 1708. There was 10 direct masters. They were like the gurus, and they headed up that faith. There was unbroken line.
They have like unbroken family line.
Well, it's not just family line. Initially, it wasn't family, but later on it became family line because of certain historical factors. The key thing was some of them were very young. Some of them were like 5 years old. They were the head of the whole faith. Another one was, quite old.
Yeah.
So the point was, though, is that over that 200-year period that the gurus were in charge, they changed society. Because you see, this message is so unique. It's very hard to follow it if there was just one person. Like Jesus came and he left, and then people convoluted his message. Because there was 200 years of our gurus, that we actually got this message bred into us. And then also what they did is they made institutions to make us think in this way. One of the things they made is this Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So the 11th guru now is scripture. But it was made by the gurus, sealed off by them, And what they did is, when they were making this, the fifth guru, they added the writings of saints from other traditions.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So there was like Hindu saints or Muslim saints. They kind of had transcended religion,
Yeah.
but they also came from that tradition, right? But they put their writings in here to remind us that the truth, although this is the pure truth,
Yeah.
it kind of reflects in other places.
Yeah.
So
like a Bible.
it's like an anthology of a spiritual. But the thing is, like, these are the names of God in there. So there's no one name we use, like Ram, Allah, Khuda, you know, the Creator, the Father, the Light of Lights, the King of all Kings. These are all names without fear, without hate. The one.
But do you have it as a book? Like you read
Yes,
it?
but we don't carry it around like a book. We bow to it.
Yeah.
So this is all we bow to now.
But do you
is the
read?
scripture.
Do you read it though?
Yeah, absolutely. I read it, and other people learn to read it. It's written in one language. The cool thing about it is, which most people don't know about it, right? You probably saw it when you went to the Golden Temple. You know, when you went inside, there was people bowing to it. That was the scripture they were bowing to, not the person. This was scripture.
Okay.
But the coolest thing is, it's all music. It's divided by. It's written in poetry.
Yeah.
It's divided by music. So there's no sections. Like, for example, you picked up the Bible, you're going to have different books by different people, right?
Yeah.
Or you pick up the Quran, it's going to have surah of this, surah on that.
Yeah.
But the Guru Granth Sahib Ji is only by music. So you have 31 different sections, all of music, and we're meant to sing it. And it's not just.
Have you sung it?
Yeah, I sing it every time I can, every chance. The interesting thing is, like, you probably heard music when you were in Harmandir Sahib, right? The Golden Temple.
It was back in 2005. So
you must have heard the music all the time.
Yeah,
you see the people with the drums at the front. What they're singing is the scripture. But the reason we sing it is not because we just like singing songs. It's because we believe that when we sing to God, we can connect to God.
Yeah.
Right. So this is like a way of connection. It's not just showing us the way; it is the way. Right. And then you must have had the langar, the free food. Yeah. That's an institution that the Guru set up. Every Gurudwara has to have the place to sing the scripture and a place to have free food. But it's not just free food. It's like, okay, like me and you, yeah? I don't know what family you come from. I don't know how rich you are. I don't know what religion you are.
Yeah.
But the fact that me and you could share the same food together, it's like putting the principle of equality into practice. You're not just talking about it, but doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what the Sikh message is. So we have this YouTube channel.
Go and look it up.
Which is like loads of videos about Sikhism, all in English. Designed for anybody to come and learn. We don't like try to convert people, but anybody can be a Sikh, you know. So it's just about anybody. I mean, we've got a lady here who's white, you know, so she's a Sikh. So it's not like restricted to anybody. I mean,
I did not know that.
Have you ever meditated or anything spiritual?
Not on this level. Like I've done sort of short day sort of courses, but not.
All right.
Not like in a sort of spiritual sense, more in like.
So what we do is we chant the name of God. Like we meditate, and if you come to Southall,
any one of the
we use the main one we use is Waheguru.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he's saying there, right? But it's just repeat that, chant that name of God. But if you come to Southall, have you heard of Southall? It's like in West London.
No, I actually only flew into London today. So
all right, where are you from?
Well, it's a good question. I grew up in Australia. I live in Hong Kong.
Okay.
But I'm currently living in Dubai. So
okay, so you're very a world citizen. you're like pretending to be Guru Nanak, like traveling across the world. Yeah. Cool.
Exactly.
No, I mean, anybody could be a Sikh. There's pictures here of people who are white, black, or whatever. The message is very simple. You know, there's just the one. But the key thing is that instead of just saying, "Oh, there's a one God," and believing in God, like far away, we're trying to manifest God inside us. So it's like inside you there's a light. It's almost like God is like energy, and we're like a battery. Right, so the battery could be low, right? And he's charging up, So we need to be charged. If we plug into God, we'll like charge up, and then we'll feel that power inside us, and it's a really overpowering experience. A lot of people get a bit blown away by it.
Well, it's interesting. I'll look it up.
If you're in Southall, like every Sunday we have a 1 hour slot on the main stage in Southall, and then every morning from 4 a.m. they do like 1 hour of meditation.
I'll look it up.
It's a bit early in the morning.
I'm leaving London in a week, but I'll definitely look it up.
Cool. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter.
Okay.
I mean, any
maybe
thoughts?
I'll be on Facebook.
Yeah, you will. You'll be on YouTube soon. Yeah, so check it out on the channel. But I mean, any thoughts about what we talked to you? What do you think?
The main thought I have is I know nearly nothing about Sikhs, so maybe I should read a bit more up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, the gurus, they saw themselves as teachers for the world.
Yeah.
They said, like, okay, look, you don't have to be a Sikh to understand some of this message and take something from it, because it's like when somebody does something amazing, it inspires you, right? So the gurus did some pretty amazing stuff. So we're trying to inspire the world to to think outside the box, think about oneness of humanity and stuff like that. So
something to definitely.
Thanks for your time. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you as well.
Well, we'll hopefully see you on Facebook or Twitter. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.